Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Robel and today I'm going to show you how I made this awesome teleport effect in After Effects. It's really easy to do and I'm going to walk you through every steps on how I did it. So make sure to stay till the end so that you can get all the sauce from this. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, I just imported the footage in After Effects, and here in my timeline, first of all, I recorded a clean video with no subject on it, and it's really important to do this first because I'm going to use this clean plate as a background, and then I just walked on the bench and then I just sat down as if I was going to be teleported. So yeah, it's really easy, and yeah, just make sure to record it on tripod, and even if you don't, it will make the process a little bit more complicated. But if you want me to make tutorial on that too without tripod, let me know in the comment and I can make another video without any tripod. So I just sat here and that's all. And the second thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to look for the place where I want to put my effects in. So first of all, I'm going to separate the clean slate. So I'm going to split the layer here by Ctrl+Shift+D, and then after that I'm also going to go into the timeline and find the position where I would like the video to stop somehow. So somewhere in the air where I'm about to sit here. So I'm just going to split the layer here and I'm going to delete this rest of the video. And I'm going to drag this clean plate to the end here, and also drag this one to the beginning, something like this. And as you can see now, I'm just going and then disappear. So you can also adjust it by making it longer, maybe if you want more motion here. So just something like this would work fine. That's it. And I'm going to trim the comp here and also trim the comp to work area, and now we have a clean plate to work with, so that's great. And I'm going to drag this even more a little bit to here because I want to rotoscope myself out when I'm about to teleport. So just choose some frames here as I'm about to sit. Around 30 frames would be nice for the effect. Somewhere here would be nice. So the effect will start somewhere here. So I'm going to split this layer and I can get it back to somewhere here. So that's good. We have splitted this one, and I'm going to call this to, let's say, Roto, because I'm going to rotoscope myself out. And I'm going to rename this to main video and this one to the clean plate, so that we don't get confused later on when we add more effects. Okay, so here I have this segment of the video that I want to rotoscope. So just double tap after selecting the roto brush, just double tap on the screen and it would take you to the roto brush. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, now I'm happy with the selection. I'm going to freeze the frame and let After Effects do its thing. If you're enjoying this video, consider supporting me on Patreon. You'll get exclusive project files, bonus content, and help me keep creating more videos for you. The link is in the description. Okay, now we finished the rotoscoping process, and as you can see, everything have been rotoscoped out, something like this, and I'm happy with the results. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pre-compose this layer, this roto layer, and move all attributes to the composition and press OK. And in here now what we're trying to do is I'm going to mask out a little bit of part of my body using mask. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, something like this, and I'm going to use the pen tool and I'm going to go to the end of our pre-comp and I'm going to mask out, let's say, the first leg to something like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but yeah, just roughly. And here if you press M, you can see the mask, and I want the mask path, and also I'm going to add feather on the mask itself, And on the mask path, just click on the keyframe button, and at the beginning I'm going to take the mask to be outside here, and also I'm going to change from add to subtract, so that when we go look at it, it's going to subtract the leg, something like this. And also I can select both of the keyframes, right click on keyframe assistant and easy ease them. And also on the speed graph, you can also adjust the speed of it to go a little bit to the middle, so it will be like slower and then faster. So that's one mask, and we're going to add a different mask to each of them, each of the body parts we want. So zooming again a little bit, and also pick the pen tool, and let's start masking the second leg, let's say. So I'm going to do this, roughly select like this, and on the mask path make a keyframe, and also change it to subtract, and go to the beginning and make the mask, change the mask path and do it something like this, and select all the keyframes, and again easy ease them, and also do the same stuff with the speed. Alright, and maybe push it a little bit, something like this. And also I'm going to make another mask on the other body part, let's say the whole body part, so this is the rest of it. So I'm going to make another mask, something like this, good, and make a mask path keyframe, also change it to subtract, and also go to the beginning and make the mask animate or come from, let's say, the top. So something like this would work fine. And also easy is the keyframes, and also adjust speed graph. Perfect. And one thing that I want to do also like put a feather on both of the masks. So I put 5 on each of the mask I just put. So the body is going to gradually disappear. It already looks cool, I like it. And to watch the whole effect in a better way, I'm going to trim it to something like this, trim the comp, and I'm going to play it so that we can only watch this part. And as you can see, all the masks are going off slowly, and it looks already cool. I like where this is going. And the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to duplicate this roto layer by Control D, and here I'm going to add a couple of effects. For example, we can add Vegas here, not the city. Here on the Vegas we can choose a color. I want some bluish thing, and also the segments, you can take a look at what it's adding. I can zoom in a little bit so that we have a better view here, and the segments, increase them maybe, and check on the random phase. And the widths, you can add it, and this would add like a stroke or a lines around the highlights of the subject, and that's really cool. And also maybe the length can reduce and check it, maybe something like this, maybe the segment more. And the rotation, we can add a couple of rotations, and the speed also. We can leave the rest here, and let's check it again. And also we can, and this looks good, I like it. And the next thing I'm going to add here is to add a little bit blur on the highlights. I'm going to add a fast box blur, and increase the blur radius, not that much, to something like this would be fine, and that's good. And also generally I'm going to add here a glow effect to it, and I have a deep glow, but you can also add the normal glow on the After Effects. Here on the deep glow, as you can see, it have quite big radius, and maybe let's reset this, and I'm going to animate the glow. So make a keyframe on the radius and exposure, and we can also add a tint to it, and the tint might be this color, like the crayon thing. Enable it, and also the chromatic aberration. And if you press U 2 times, you can watch all the keyframes that are added here. We don't want the mask, we want to see this part, the radius and the exposure. So I'm going to go forward a little bit to the to here, and I'm going to drag this to be at the end, and also at the beginning here. At the beginning, I'm going to make this in the middle, and at the beginning I want this to be 0, meaning there will be no glow effect to it, and at the middle it will increase, and also at the end it will be 0. So I'm going to copy this 2 keyframes and paste them at the end, and also move this to the middle somewhere like this, and also select everything and go to keyframe assistance, and easy is all of them. And we can smooth the graph out in the speed graph here. So I want it to be something like this, and also something like this. So this looks good. So we can check what we did here, and also we can animate the Vegas one with the length. So make a keyframe on the length, and here double tap U, and we can find this keyframe here. So this is our main, so I'm going to put it on the middle, and at the beginning I want it to be 0 to gradually increase, and at the end also I want it to be 0. So I'm going to paste it here, and also select all of them, and keyframe assistance, easy is. So basically it will be like glowing, and then the mask comes and take it all away. So this looks good, I like it. It already looks cool. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to create a new adjustment layer, and I'm going to call this a distort. And in this distort, I'm going to also shorten it, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, here I like this. And in this new adjustment distort layer, I want to add flow motion. And what this effect does is it gives a type of like the teleport thing is almost sucking the thing. And if you in this flow motion, there is a knot 1 and knot 2. And you can move these knots around your body, this like the rotoscope stuff, and just put it there. And also if you increase the amount of the knot, as you can see, it will create this effect, and it will make it look really cool. So I'm going to add, let's say on the first knot, let's say 2 or 3, and on the second knot also 3. That's good. And also maybe we can move the second knot to somewhere in the middle, not like this, somewhere in the middle, and something like this. And obviously we can make a keyframe, so this one will be in the middle. So in the middle I'm going to make a keyframe on the knot 1 and knot 2, and also on the amount itself. So make a keyframe on 4 of them. And here in the beginning, I'm going to make the amount 0, meaning there will be no effect around here, and also at the end too. So copy the keyframe and paste it at the end. And also we can move the knots in the middle. So the first knot will be somewhere around here, and the second knot will be somewhere around here. So it will give it a look of it's coming like this and then going off. So this makes it really cool. So it's almost sucking inside it. So it's really cool effect. And you can also select all the keyframes, and on the keyframe assistant you can easy ease all of them. And of course we can make the graphs look more smoother in the speed graph itself. So it will give it an effect look like this, and it already looks really cool. I like this, where it is going. And I'm going to add another effect, it's called the bulge, and this will also enhance the teleport effect. So the bulge, what it does is going to, if you increase the height of it, for example, let's make it bigger to something like this, so that it can take up the whole body. If you increase the height, you will see that it will give it like this magnifying glass type of effect, and that's really cool too. So I'm going to make a keyframe on the height too. So let's say our final result will be somewhere this, and let's take it in the middle and make a keyframe on the bulge height. And at the beginning I'm going to take it to 0. If you press U again, you will see the bulge effect keyframe. So just copy the first keyframe and paste it at the last, so that at the end there will be nothing. and select all the keyframes, and also he is. Okay, now this looks cool. Let's watch it again. It will be like perfect. It already looks really cool, but we can even take it further by adding a new solid layer, and the solid layer color will be something like this, like the blue one, or bluish color like this. And here I'm going to add a mask on it, something like this. That's perfect, I like it. And here on the solid layer I'm going to add also a couple of effects. For example, we can add here a fractal noise, but before that I'm going to split the layer here. I'm going to add a fractal noise, and here on the fractal noise you can play with the settings. For example, complexity, on the evolution. On the evolution, if you press alt and in this evolution we can add this time times 100, and this will give it a regular type of fractal noise on the evolution. And also I'm going to increase the complexity. Also in the mask I'm going to put some feather on it because it looks too sharp. That's good. And the brightness maybe adjust it and add vector. And here I'm going to increase the amount a little bit, and it will give it this hexagon effects, or I don't know what they are, but just try to play around with the numbers until you get the one that you like. And also the offset, maybe something like this. The roughness, the smoothness, let's play around with this. The map softness. Okay, this looks cool. And also I'm going to add another effect called curves, and in these curves I'm going to adjust the curve lines. I'm going to make 3 points and try to come up. Okay, the curves will be something like this, and this is cool, but we will add one more effect that's just to top it all off. We will add a tint, and here on the tint map the black to something, let's say same color as our solid layer we just added, and this will just make it more smoother, you know. So if you press T here on your solid layer you can see this, and I'm just going to first reduce the opacity so that we can get this glowish thing, and I think 40 on my case is enough, but you can play around with the number. So in the middle I'm going to make a keyframe on the 40, and at the beginning I'm going to add a 0 so that it gradually goes from 0 to 40 and then to 0 again. So it will be like the glow will be up and down. And go to keyframe assistance and also easy is it, and of course here on the graph editor like this. So as you can see, it's already coming together. I like this. One thing we can do here also is if we duplicate this our comp and also take it above the distort, it's going to give us even more cooler stuff. So you can play around with the numbers and the layers too. And also maybe we can duplicate this distort layer and also place it above this thing, and it will give it a double effect. For example, let's take a look at this. So just try to play around with the distort and the pre-comp. For example, this one is the coolest part. I added it above the distort, this roto pre-comp we made, and it just makes it look more realistic in my opinion. But it depends on your taste and what you like, so just play around with the numbers and you will get this same result. And what I basically did with the other footage is just copy the same distort, and also we can copy the solid layer, and basically the only difference will be making the rotoscope and the masking animations, but the rest should be the same. I can show you maybe here on the playground. I did the same. Basically I just copied the same stuff there, and as you can see the effects are the same, and it just gradually comes together. And I use the clean plate the same time here, and I did the same on the stairs too here. As you can see, I added a solid layer and maybe I added some color adjustments, but the only difference here is the footage itself and the masking animation. So you can take this to you can treat your first animation as a template. So as you can see, I added the same glows, the same crayon solid, and just the animations are a little bit different. Here, as you can see, I animated the hand and stuff, and yeah, that's just it. Well, this is what I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got some value out of it. And if you do, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll put the project file in my Patreon, so make sure to go there and check it out. And I'll see you guys with another video and with another concept. Till then, bye.